It's time for Nixon and Agnew reviews! Brought to you by Charlington's Pepperpot Chews. If you want to see Daleks too, then ingest this funky chew. Seriously, it gets you high as fuck. New Year's TV is so boring, Agnew. I can't believe with all these virus restrictions we have to stay home and can't go out to our usual sex parties to bring in the new year. Arr! I know! We should be over at the Bilderberg Lodge, partaking in elite sex rituals in front of our giant owl god. Instead, we're locked in our English vacation home, watching old reruns of The Darling Bunch of May from the 80s. Arr! What? Another Doctor Who episode is coming on in a few minutes? I don't know, Agnew. After last month's grueling torture sessions watching 6 episodes of that Flux serial, I don't know if I can put myself through that pain again. Arr! Oh, it's only 1 episode this time. Well, that may be doable. And I guess it's that, or miserably masturbating into a mirror in front of my Hedwig plushie. Arr! Ah, screw it. What's this episode called, Agnew? Eve of the Daleks, eh? You know, when I think of Eve, I think of a naked woman in a garden. So does this mean we're going to see Dalek boobies? Oh my God, Agnew! I gotta see this right fuckity now. Let's go! Elf storage, eh? Is this a Will Ferrell cloning facility? I don't know who this chocolate fella is, but his frickin' hair is so distracting.
Won't be long. See you next year.
Have you been practicing that?
Take a hint, my dude. She doesn't want you, clearly. Maybe sort out the bird's nest in your bonnet, and then she might be interested. The TARDIS is reconstructing. Finally, we can get rid of that horrible decor. Just look at this shot. What even is that in the center of the console room? Looks like an upturned crab or long-dead withered old spider. Arr! You know, I wish you'd let me reconstruct your bedroom, Agnew. I bet we'd find more than dead spiders under your crusty old bed sheets. Arr! Oh, great. The lispy guy with extra spittle's still with them. I can't wait to see what invaluable skills he brings to the team in this adventure.
Official Scouse.
I'm Nick.
Hey, that pepperpot just death-rayed that Nick fella. Poor Nick. All that grifting and he still died a virgin. Just like Elliot Rodger.
Stormy night.
Oh my God. Now it smoked the Irish lass with a machine gun death ray. God damn it. She was pretty hot despite being dressed as an old and busted librarian.
Not like this.
Hallelujah! We finally got rid of Yaz and that lispy guy with extra spittle. And it's okay because the Doctor can just regenerate now, so we can reset the show and get back to having fun like when the Doctor was a man.
1 minute later.
And they're back again. God diggity damn it!
So why isn't he here?
Outsmarted by a pepperpot. It's just like you, Agnew, when you go for the salt shaker but end up with herbs and spices all over your chicken dippers. Arr!
The inferior human is correct. Who you calling inferior? You.
Precisely. Give him the respect he deserves. It's inferior human with extra spittle.
Official Scouse.
A container full of women's shoes. Wait a minute. This guy really keeps a storage unit full of his ex-girlfriend's stuff? Tell me you're a creep without telling me you're a creep. Agnew? Arr! Wait, didn't you keep a shipping container full of your mama's old aprons and stuff? Arr!
You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. So you can lend them.
He just sacrificed himself, yet they're still trapped. This is the biggest waste of an opportunity since they made the new Matrix movie at a time when Zuckerberg is creating an actual metaverse, and they still fucked it up. Oh.
There is no escape. Daleks are patient. I will wait.
A few moments later.
Surrender.
So much for being patient. It's just like when you say you can wait an hour to make a pizza from scratch, but after 10 minutes in the oven you give in and order Dominoes before you can finish. Yar! I know Dominoes is irresistible, Agnew, but you can't keep ordering takeout when you're literally halfway through cooking fresh foodstuffs. It's a waste, and there's little kiddies starving over in Africa, damn it. Or so Bill Gates tells me every time he rings me up for donations to his charity. Isn't the guy a billionaire?
Dan, you don't have to do this.
I know. I think I owe you one. Look after each other.
Look at this, Agnew. This lispy guy with extra spittle would rather risk his life against an alien robot than spend another minute locked in a room with these two insufferable women. Man, I feel his pain. I'm always about 2 seconds away from dropping my Amazon Alexa into the bathtub every time I have to watch scenes with these two dopes. Most deadly creature in the universe and a liver-puddling simpleton can literally just run rings around it. These writers are just mugging them off now.
Surrender, Doctor.
How did it miss her? It was shooting directly at them down the hall, damn it. We just can't catch a break, Agnew. Why do these things talk like Stephen Hawking with a sore throat? Arr! What? He's dead? Oh my god. I told him he should have installed an antivirus on his machine thingy. I mean, it's not like I didn't give him every opportunity, damn it. I mean, how many times did I send Bill over to him just to get Gates off the phone when he's constantly asking for charity monies? Well, I guess he's uploaded to the cloud now. Resting data, my friend.
My friend Lauren actually says that good-hearted weirdos are actually the keepers.
That's what I said to Marilyn Monroe back in the day when I used to sniff her shoes. Strangely, she always refused to come on a date with me. Still, her loss. I became president and she became a fucking corpse. A handsome chocolate fella sandwiched between two pepperpots. Rule 34, Agnew, just saying.
I can make it out. Oh, you think you can get Rasta?
Agnew, what the heck is a Rasta? Arr. What? According to Google's, it's short for Rastafarianism and is a Jamaican religion that believes their god Jah is testing them via means of oppressive slavery and economic injustice? Sounds like anyone with a 9-to-5 office job, to be fair.
Who is he? Why is he talking?
Trust me, Miss Irish lass. We've been asking the same question for the past 6 episodes.
Have you ever told her how you feel about her?
Oh god. The writers have so little idea as to what to do with this character, they've finally given up and just turned Yaz into a big fat lesbo.
I don't know what to do, Dan.
Oh my god, do you need us to draw a frickin' diagram? Agnew, Google scissoring for dummies and then send her a PDF file with step-by-step instructions, damn it.
Thanks for the therapy.
Explain.
Terminated.
Yeah, he totally deserved to die for that joke alone. Huh. You know, I don't remember that being so pretty when Building 7 came down on 9/11. Arr!
Look at you. So much better.
What are you talking about? It's exactly the same. Still with that god-awful upturned crab design. That's it. I've had enough, Agnew. First they promised Dalek boobies, which they totally didn't deliver. Then they tease us by killing the useless companions right at the start, but then bring them back 2 minutes later. And now they renege on their promise to redesign the god-awful TARDIS interior. I give this episode 5.6 endless time loops out of 10. Mainly because the Irish lady was easy on the eye and told Dad to shut the fuck up. Well, in so many words, at least. Arr! Arr! Really? You give this episode 6.8 out of 10? Oh, let me guess. You didn't like the fact that this was yet another formulaic Dalek story, but you appreciated the attempt at a more self-contained and less hyperactive installment, especially after the whirlwind of nonsense that was a recent Flux serial, at least. Arr! Oh, you just fancied the Irish lass as well. Fair enough, she was pretty hot. As far as BBC standards go, that is. I'm also very disappointed there was no Will Ferrell cameo in this episode. Remember at the start it said Elf Storage? Just another promise the show failed to deliver on. Yarr! Wait, unless he was the one inside the pepperpots the whole time. I mean, he's so versatile that it's certainly possible. Man, he truly is the greatest actor of all time. Arr! Arr! Yes, even though he unleashed a travesty of Holmes and Watson onto this undeserving world. I mean, if Adam Sandler can be forgiven for You Don't Mess with a Zohan, then my man Will can be forgiven for making a movie with a lactating Dr. Watson. Well, that's it for another year. What do you say, Agnew? Want to go put a frozen pizza in the oven and then order Dominoes just because? Yar! It's fine. We'll just ship the frozen one over to the starving African kids suffering a national famine that Bill Gates has somehow still not fixed, despite raising hundreds of millions from schmucks like us and being a billionaire himself. Anyway, it's still pretty early, and if we're lucky, we might even still be able to sacrifice a small rat to our owl god before the last stroke of midnight. Owl god! Oh.
We go again, and we win. Deal?
Deal.
Deal, bad Rasta, Boomba Clot.